When Cammie Kimberly Williams Paisley assisted Maddie Jennifer Love Hewitt and Karen Tracy Toms in reaching Athena Angela Bassett and Hen Aisha Hines in space last week, it was 911 that ensured viewers understood the connection between this franchise's series. 911 Nashville receives the honor this week, and a Lone Star character is mentioned. When seniors attempt to beat the record for the most people on a water slide on a skip day, the 113 responds, at least one person is killed. When Blue Hunter McVeigh jumps into action and climbs up the slide to help the lifeguard who got caught up in the pandemonium and danger before she too can tumble into her death, it goes viral as Hot Tarzan. Firefox in Austin, also known as Natasha Karam's Marjan from 911 Lone Star, shares it. When Roxy Wani Feliz informs Don Chris O'Donnell that his son has a penchant for the dramatic Ryan Michael Provost, speculates that it's a death wish. Don, who is nevertheless overjoyed to have another son in his life, simply says, "Either way, it runs in the family." When Chief Foster Gregory Allen Williams watches the footage and sees Blue's face for the first time, he is perplexed because he has never seen him before. Foster clarifies that Don's claim to be a field cadet in training only applies to an exceptional situation, which has now passed. Don finally tells him who he is and won't let him go. Additionally, he uses their past, Don was Foster's probie, to persuade the chief to keep him. However, there is a catch. Blue must complete the entire 26-week academy program in 7 days. Ryan contends that it is not feasible. Don believes Blue can manage it. Blue is prepared to try it. "That's my boy," Don declares with pride. In the meantime, Blythe Jessica Capshaw asks Charlie Jesse James LeCourrier, her family's private investigator, to investigate Dixie Lee Ann Rhymes, Blue's mother, and Don's former partner. He affirms that Dixie poses a financial and retaliatory threat to the family. Indeed, she has displayed violent tendencies in the past. Without her asking, he also investigated Blue and discovered some troubling details about his history, such as grand larceny by extortion. The case is sealed. Blythe then asks her sister-in-law Cammie to conduct some research using the resources available to her as a dispatcher, such as police reports and previous calls. As she eloquently puts it, he's walking on sunshine ever since Blue started at the firehouse, so she's keeping it from Don for the time being. He really wants this new family to succeed. To be honest, I also want it for him. However, she is unable to ignore it because she is aware of Blue's mother. When Don argues that his son is destined to be a firefighter, she reminds him that he hardly knows Blue, even though she doesn't tell him about it. She understands that's not his fault because Dixie had him act as though he didn't know about him, but she also makes some suggestions concerning Blue that he might not be aware of. When Don and the other 113 start training Blue, he doesn't exactly take it to heart. At first, everything appears to be going well, but then things take a turn for the worse. As a result, he is rather depressed when he returns home and tells his mother. She claims that he has too much on the line for him to lose his composure at this point, and she doesn't care about herself or the cost of the voice operation. She claims that it's for him and that he will be set for life if he joins the Hart family. She then assists him in getting ready. However, after an influencer is trapped in a Murphy bed with a severely damaged leg, Blue's confidence is shattered when he struggles to discover a pulse during a call. As Ryan points out, it's because there isn't a pulse. Fortunately, Roxy can reset the bone to bring back the pulse and blood flow. Cammie does locate 911 calls that provide a comprehensive overview of Blue's closed file. His companion was severely injured when he was struck by a street racer, and he was extorting the driver to pay his medical expenses. The driver's father declined to bring charges after learning the whole truth, thus the file was redacted. Cammie wants to meet Blue since he is related, even though he is merely a stand-up child and a bad criminal. When Blythe discovers Don with the Blue book, which has every picture Dixie had sent over the years, she then fills him in. Now they both see that his smiles never make it to his eyes. Blythe notes that although Blue had a different upbringing, Ryan always understood he was more important than whatever objective Don set for him. That's what he needs to know. When Don discovers Blue testing himself at the station, he does exactly that. He lets his son know that he is aware of his past and makes sure he understands he is proud of him. Additionally, he invites Blythe to breakfast on Saturday. After making a significant discovery on a call at a sorority house, identifying the scent of the green fire, which led them to a leak in a lab for the university's nuclear program, Blue enters that brunch on a high note. When he gets there, Blythe welcomes him. He meets Cammy and finds out that she is Blythe's sister-in-law and that her husband, Blythe's older brother, passed away. Don and Ryan then seat him down to take a practice written exam. Blue leaves and ends up prying into Don's study as Ryan is grading it. He only sees some family pictures at first, so everything is all right. He discovers, however, that he knew about me all along after discovering the Blue Book. He knew my entire existence. Therefore, when he joins them for brunch, he just joins in on the family toast, even though he may have a troubled expression on his face when he stares out at everyone. Oh no.